everybody, and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday morning, October the 7th, and time once again for the mailbag. And a modest mailbag it is this week. I think all the publicists were off at New York Comic Con these last several days, and so they haven't been in the office and mailing things out and answering emails and stuff like that. So that's fine. But we do have a few good books here. A few heavy-feeling hardcover packages from Random Penguin that I'm really intrigued to open up and see what's in those. So one quick announcement just before we get into it. Space Opera September for 2020 is definitely going to be a thing. I have to admit, I was not sure I was going to do it again because, it's like, well, I can't really think of any new ideas for challenges and unlockables and, fun stuff to do for the second year. But I've been thinking it over, and I do believe that I have come up with some fun ideas for next year. And so if you have not requested your completion certificate, go ahead and do that. Get that email off to me. The instructions are in the Goodreads group. You don't have to get a completion certificate. It's not like that's a requirement, okay? But it's a fun thing to have. And it's a good way to sort of like keep track of, who did what this year, what everybody read. I kind of like going through the list of books that people have read to like see what were some of the more popular titles, some of the more obscure titles. That's been really kind of fun information to dig through. And also in 2020, there are going to be some challenges that will be like exclusively available to people who are second year participants, right? So if there are new people next year who come along and do SOS for the very first time, then I'm going to say, all right, check the 2019 video because that's going to show you all the rankings and the challenges and stuff for you to do if you're new. But if you're coming back for the second year, there will be like some second year exclusive challenges for people to do. So a lot of what's going to be offered next year is going to be partly contingent on like what you managed to do this year, how you managed to rank up. It's not as restrictive as it sounds. I think it's actually going to be pretty fun. But anyway, it is happening, and I thought that it would be fun news to let you know about that. So, apart from that, without any further ado, let's get into this week's book, shall we? So, as I said, I have some big, chunky Random Penguin packages. This is the first one, so let's see what this is, shall we? Wow, okay, I was not expecting to get this, but this is stunning. This is the brand new hardcover edition of Dione. Seems like it keeps going back into print every few years, but of course, the reason this time, I'm sure, is because, of course, the new movie has just wrapped up production. It's going to be coming out, I think, in the 2020 holiday season. And so Ace Books is really starting to, wants to get the buzz going early on. And so we have this very beautiful kind of metallic foil finished dust jacket on this edition of it. And yes, Dione, all-time classic. I know a lot of people read it for the very first time for Space Opera September. Not as big on the sequels. I think this is one of those long-running series where, if you just want to try it out, you're perfectly safe just reading this one and not going any further. Although there is a whole long series and now a complete lore that you can dig into if you feel like doing that. This one will always be, an all-time genre classic. So, Dione is back in print and available from Ace Books in hardcover. And just to show you guys, this is the flip side of the dust jacket. Like, here's the dust jacket, and this is like a giant poster-sized piece of artwork right here. So that's pretty epic. And then on the naked hardcover itself, you can't really see it, but the phrase "fear is the mind killer" is sort of debossed into the front cover. And then the end papers in the front of the book look like this. And the end papers in the back of the book look like this. This kind of, badass sandworm painting here. I mean, wow. Talk about really, delivering the goods with this one. And finally, they have like these sprayed edges, sort of like a dark blue sprayed edge. I guess the way your eyes turn when you're on the spice. So, yeah. Dione in hardcover. Damn. All right, so next up, more Random Penguin. This is Salvation Lost. It is the sequel to Peter F. Hamilton's Salvation. Salvation is it was my 500-plus page book read for Space Opera September for me, so I will be getting that review up as soon as I can. But anyway, maybe I'll just go ahead and, Halloween is coming up. So how will I time those reviews? Maybe I'll post Salvation before the Halloween stuff, and then I can try to read this early in November. Anyway, but Salvation Lost is here and it's available. October 29th is the actual street date for this one. Cool. Okay. And just says the comparative utopia of 23rd century Earth is about to go dreadfully awry when a seemingly benign alien race is abruptly revealed to be one of the worst threats humanity has ever faced. Driven by an intense religious extremism, the Olyiks are determined to bring everyone to their version of God as they see it. But they may have met their match in humanity, who know a thing or two about doing that, I have to say, who are not about to go gently into that good night or spend the rest of their days cowering and hiding. As human ingenuity and determination rise to the salvation, collective humanity has only one goal: to wipe this apparently undefeatable enemy from the face of creation, even if it means playing a ridiculously long game indeed. But in a chaotic universe, it is hard to plan for every eventuality, and it is always darkest before the dawn. So, October 29th for our Salvation Lost. Okay, and the final of the giant hardcover packages that I've gotten this week from Random Penguin is this one right here. It is The Secret Commonwealth. It's the sequel to The Book of Dust, and it is the second book in Philip Pullman's current trilogy, La Belle Sauvage, which is a sequel trilogy to His Dark Materials. Now, His Dark Materials, as you know, is getting a BBC series adaptation, which I'm actually very excited about, something to kind of erase the unfortunate memory of that Golden Compass movie that they tried to do about 10, 15 years ago. All right, this, according to the sell sheet, came out on the 3rd, so last Tuesday. All right, so it's been out a week. Well, that's fine. You would think that being as huge a fan of the His Dark Materials trilogy as I am, I would have already gotten to these by now, read The Book of Dust, but oh well. But I do have it, so now I have this one also. So a few excuses left, Thomas. But it just says, set 10 years after the events of His Dark Materials, The Secret Commonwealth continues the story of Lyra Silvertongue, called one of fantasy's most indelible heroines by the New York Times Magazine. Lyra's adventures in the North are long over. The windows between the many worlds have been sealed, and her beloved will is lost to her. She still does have the alethiometer, the truth-telling device given to her by the master of Jordan College, which guided her journey. Lyra doesn't know the full story of the alethiometer, though, or the role that young Malcolm Polstead played in bringing both the instrument and baby Lyra to Jordan. She's now a 20-year-old undergraduate at St. Sophia's College. To her, Malcolm is Dr. Polstead, an overly solicitous professor she would prefer to avoid. But intrigue is swirling around Lyra once more. Her demon Pantaleimon, I think, is witness to a brutal murder, and the dying man entrusts them with secrets that carry echoes from their past. They learn of a city haunted by demons, of a desert said to hold the secret of dust. Powerful forces are about to throw Lyra and Malcolm together once again, and the dangers they face will challenge everything they thought they knew about the world and about themselves. Cool. Oh, all right. And then there's an audiobook version that is read by Michael Sheen, if you're a fan of his. That's cool. Great, then. All right, so The Secret Commonwealth is out now from Random Penguin. And my final package this week is just this little bitty one from FSG Books, and I think I know what this is. Oh, yes. It's here. Dead Astronauts by Jeff Vandermeer. This is a book that is set in the Bourne universe. I don't know if it is meant to be a direct sequel to Bourne, but this is available December the 3rd from FSG Books. And let me just see. There's not so much a sell sheet, but there is like this printed bit in the front. So I'll read that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to hold it this way. Here we go. Dead Astronauts, a messianic blue fox who slips through warrens of time and space on a mysterious mission. A homeless woman haunted by a demon who finds the key to all things in a strange journal. A giant leviathan of a fish, centuries old, who hides a secret, remembering a past that may not be its own. 3 ragtag rebels waging an endless war for the fate of the world against an all-powerful corporation. A raving madman who wanders the desert lost in the past, haunted by his own creation. An invisible monster whose name he has forgotten and whose purpose remains hidden. Jeff Vandermeer's Dead Astronauts presents a city with no name of its own, where, in the shadow of the all-powerful company, lives human and otherwise converge in terrifying and miraculous ways. At stake, the fate of the future, the fate of Earths, all the Earths. Yeah. I'm on this one. I'm on it. On it. All right, you guys, there you have it. A small week, but a hell of a week, I must say, right? Okay, you guys know the drill. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize for review. Otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, also please hit that like button, share the video far and wide with all of your SFF reading friends, and above all, please subscribe. If you have not done so, that is how the channel grows. This might be a good time to remind everyone, if you're already subscribed, to click that damn bell icon, because YouTube is... This is spread throughout the platform. They're not good about making sure, like, in fact, they make it a point that not every single video from every single channel that you are even subscribed to will turn up in your sub feed. They do this on purpose for whatever reason. It's confusing, so if you want to make sure that you don't miss a mailbag or any of my review videos or anything else, click that bell. You'll get the notifications and you won't miss a thing, okay? You can also support the channel at my TeePublic store and at my Patreon, where recruits in the Winx Army get little perks like getting to see some of these videos early. I want to thank all those people for their additional support. I want to thank you guys for being the very best viewers in all of BookTube. And until I see you next time, happy reading.